Hey, and welcome to this video where I'm going to be showing you a breathing exercise that you can do every day to warm up your breathing, improve your functionality of your breathing, and as well as your endurance performance. We'll be going into a bigger lung capacity and also challenging our carbon dioxide tolerance through a few breath holds. Hey, I'm Lewis, and before we do get started, be sure to subscribe to this channel by clicking the button below. Also hit the bell so you don't miss out on any new videos when we upload them, and you will get notified. If this is not your first time and you want to go straight into the exercise, then you can find it in the timestamp below and go straight to it. But if it's your first time, then hang around to learn the techniques so that you get to do this properly. I do want to mention just before we go into the techniques that if you do feel uncomfortable at any moment throughout this exercise, then simply go back to breathing in and out through the nose and you'll restore in no time. So the three exercises that we're going to be doing, the first one is going to be a breathing exercise that warms up the diaphragm. In yoga, this is called Kapalabhati. It is essentially a technique where you feel as if you're being punched in the stomach, but it is ultimately a forceful exhale with a passive inhale, meaning that we're not actually trying to inhale. So what that'll sound like is this. Now, it's all done through the nose, not through the mouth. We're not forcing the breath out through the mouth, going It's all through the nose. It's quite a fast tempo and it's repeated over and over again. We're going to do it for 30 times and then we'll do it for 3 sets. But also noting that this might clear out your nasal passage. So if you do feel like you've got a blocked nose or something might come out, then do grab yourself a tissue, a towel, so that if it does, you can wipe yourself clean. It's a great way for clearing our air passages so that it can be easier to breathe at the end of this exercise. But just a word of warning. The second exercise is a bit more of a forceful exercise. This is where we start to expand into our breathing capacity. We're driving everything through the diaphragm, but we're also starting to work through the ribs. So we'll be forcing the breath in and forcing the breath out. Now you'll be doing this in and out through the nose, but you can do it in and out through the nose and mouth if you want. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. It's totally up to you. But I like to do it in and out through the nose because doing it with that restriction means that we're challenging our breathing to make sure that when we breathe at rest, it's that little bit easier. If you've done this before and you do want to challenge it a little bit more, if it's easy breathing through your nose, then you can actually pinch your nose and start to close the airways with 2 fingers. So if you pinch the nose sort of just above the bridge, then you can close that nasal passage a little bit more, and it will mean that you're restricting the airflow, which makes it a little bit more challenging, and you're going to have to work a little bit harder. But don't do it to a point where it's nearly impossible and you're really struggling for that breath. You can start to play around with how hard or how loose you pinch to change that. The third exercise is then a breath holding exercise. What we will be doing is holding our breath on an exhale for 20 seconds, and we'll start with a rest period of 5 normal breaths. After the first exhale hold, we'll then go to 4 breaths, then we'll hold, then 3 breaths, hold, 2, hold, 1, hold. So it gets progressively harder, but at any moment, if it is too much for you, then do take a breath in and just try to work your way to it. A great technique is swallowing because that reduces our hunger to want to breathe, especially on an exhale hold. So give those a go if you're starting to feel like you want to breathe. But challenge yourself, but not to a point where it does become a little bit crazy. Anyway, let's get going and straight into this exercise. So make sure you're nice and comfortable before we start this first round of warming up. So I want you to just start by breathing a few rounds of breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Just feeling your breath is normal. And just in and out through the nose. As we start to get ready for that first round. So inhale and begin. Take a deep breath in. Hold at the top, feel that expansion of the lungs. Hold it just a little bit longer. And exhale. Breath in, ready for the second round. In and begin. Inhale all the way to the top. Hold at the top, feel expansion of the lungs. As you go through this exercise, you should feel almost your whole body jolting with that exhale. It's that forceful. And exhale all the way out. Inhale. Third and last round. Off you go. Inhale. Hold at the top. As we move on to the next round, this is where we start to force the breath a little bit more. Again, driving it through the diaphragm. Just hold a little bit longer on that inhale. Exhale. And breathe in forcefully as we go through our 30 rounds. Off you go. Inhale. Inhale. Hold at the top. Exhale. You might start to feel a little bit lightheadedness, but you'll notice as you start to hold that breath, it starts to return. That's totally normal. It's just that we're bringing in a lot more oxygen into our bloodstream. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. As we go for our second round, inhale. Inhale, all the way to the top, hold at the top, exhale, hold at the bottom, you'll notice you might feel like you can hold your breath a lot longer on that exhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Into our last round. Inhale. Inhale, hold at the top, and exhale. Feel calm in the body, focusing on a point in front of you. Focus your gaze there so that you've got something to focus your mind on but you'll also notice that when we're breathing, we're pretty present. We're noticing how we're breathing. And you might start to feel that breath is a little bit easier. So take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And we're just going to take 5 breaths here before we go to our exhale hold. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale all the air out as we hold at the bottom. Holding here 20 seconds. Inhale. 4 breaths here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Hold on the bottom. Begin. Inhale. 3 breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold at the bottom. And begin. Inhale, 2 breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold at the bottom. Begin. One breath, inhale. Exhale. Hold at the bottom. Last round, begin. If you feel like you need to breathe, just swallow and it can reduce that hunger to breathe. 5. Inhale, return to normal breathing. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. But just notice how perhaps it's a little bit easier to breathe now. Notice that just by going through this breathing warm-up and forcing our breath to a place where it perhaps hasn't been before, and then challenging it through those breath holds, just normal breathing becomes a little bit easier. And that's the goal when we're performing, when we're trying to improve our exercise, our sport. When we can breathe a little bit easier at rest, it makes it a lot easier to breathe when we're under fatigue. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking the button below. Let us know how you feel in the comments. I'll see you later.